People pick and choose who they love. People pick and choose who they throw shade at. That's why I do what I want. And spending all your time won't never get it back. Time is money, don't be wasting my cash. Give it back, give it back, get it back. Hey, time is money, don't be wasting my stacks. Spending all your time won't never get it back.
What up, and welcome to the very second episode of the Pick Route. We are your hosts. My name's Patty.
What's up, everyone? We got Qwee here. How's it going?
Dank's here if you didn't hear me.
There you go. We go me, Dank, Qwee every single time. All right, Qwee? Don't jump the gun there, bud. All right, we got a wild one for you today. We're going to be playing NFL Coaches Battle Royale. We'll get into that in a little bit, but before we do, a bunch of dudes made a whole bunch of money running around in their underwear this past weekend, also known as the NFL Combine. Dank, any thoughts?
I mean, there's a lot of people that are Louisiana fast this year, I guess.
And what do you mean by Louisiana?
They are by you.
Yeah, we can go through the top times. I mean, it was really just the receivers were flying. There was some controversy that the NFL Network was like juicing up the times. They had the kid originally running a 4.21. It ended up being a 4.28. I think they were just trying to get some buzz for what is really a pretty bad draft class. It's probably one of the worst ones we've seen in a long time. But
because Detroit has second pick. So.
Exactly. There's no quarterback worth taking at number 2. So
nope.
And let's be honest, 4.28 is terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah, I mean, that's just so slow. But yeah, Tyquan Thornton from Baylor ended up running with a 4.28. Valessis Jones Jr. from Tennessee, 4.31. Both the kids from Ohio State were under 4.3. Were under 4.4. It's crazy now that 4.4 is like slow.
I know. It's like
wild.
I've never even sniffed a 4.4, and now it's not even like if you don't run a 4.4, like it's expected of you to run a 4.4.
Right, and it was Jordan Davis, the D tackle from Georgia.
Yep,
like a 4.8, and the kid's 340 pounds.
Mm.
It's absurd, and I don't know if it's just like we're just getting better at like how to run a 40-yard dash. If we're just getting better at teaching that, or we're just creating these freak show athletes that keep coming through. But I think the other big winner was Malik Willis, the quarterback from Liberty.
Yep.
Had some good throws. He was really what everyone was talking about. Matt Corral obviously coming off the injury, but
I love Malik.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he was slinging it. He looked natural. It reminded me of a Josh Allen-esque combine. To be honest, I think he moved himself into the number 1 spot, and I've even seen people having the Lions taking him.
Yeah. At
So,
number 2,
guaranteed bust, right?
if he goes to Detroit, guaranteed.
Unless
Unless you were 21 in college, then whole different story.
There was a funny story that ended up being wrong. Another guy who had a good combine was Desmond Ridder, the quarterback from Cincinnati. He ran, I think, like a 4.47 or something like that. He ran it pretty well. There was a rumor going on. He's lactose intolerant. That Dan Campbell made him drink a glass of milk in his interview to see how tough he is. It turned out to be false, but I'm like, I wanted it to be true so bad.
Right.
Is that what you want? I mean, I was saying, a couple of my buddies texted me that. I'm like, what would you rather have? A quarterback who like could do that, like could get through the, or a quarterback like shitting his pants? Would you rather have a quarterback not drink the milk and turn away his head coach, or a quarterback shitting his pants halfway through the interview?
I think shitting his pants halfway through the interview, because you're
want to take this kid. He pooped his pants in the interview. Shit.
But he knows he's going to be sick after, and he did it anyways.
Yeah. So I mean, combine's really overrated. You saw Sean McVay was in Cabo this past week because he doesn't have a draft pick till freaking 2042.
Yeah.
Or some shit because he keeps trading those away. So
Hey, win Super Bowls.
Exactly.
That's all
Can't
you
argue
can
with
say.
it. Can't argue with it. But yeah, so he left, because it's really not that big of a deal. It's just something football wise to talk about. So let's get into the pregame. Dank, what do you got for your pregame topic?
All right, so I'm gonna bring this up now, so hopefully by the fall time this can get corrected. But for those that know, Tuesday night MACtion. All right, so the MAC conference plays on Tuesday nights, but they don't start that till like late October, early November, and it's like figure it out MACtion. Like, let's start at the beginning of the year. You want these teams to get recognized. You want to make more money. I think Tuesday night's your night. Like, and if you're worried about scheduling and everything with the Saturday games, MAC plays on Tuesday nights. Everybody in the conference plays on Tuesday nights. I think it's pretty simple, but
I love it. I love it. It's always it's like frustrating at this point where it's getting to Halloween and it's what 3 actual Tuesday night MACtion nights.
right.
It's
Yeah,
like
I think they only play like 3 or 4. What it ends up being, and
I love that
to be playing all year round.
Right. And that's always the lead in, or the other way around. The college football playoff committee comes out Tuesday nights and then it goes right to MACtion.
Right.
And then you got the Fun Belt trying to sneak in and take that Tuesday night. Let's get MACtion on Tuesday night. Let's get Fun Belt on Wednesday. And then the champions of each league play each other in a bowl game, and whatever conference wins gets that Tuesday night spot.
Gets Tuesday night spot. I like it.
I love it. Hashtag Fun Belt.
Hashtag Fun Belt.
We're a big MACtion podcast when they're actually playing. Because that was the thing. I think I texted all you guys was I knew Appalachian State was really good in the Sun Belt because they were on TV on Tuesday nights.
Right. That's the thing too. Is like I like, as a fan of football in general, like I like to watch these, not Power 5 conferences play and see what kind of offenses they're running and stuff,
Exactly. I mean, what would you rather watch, Kent State and Bowling Green or Alabama LSU? You'd rather watch Alabama's LSU, so why are we putting the product the same night?
Right. Exactly.
So I'm all in with you there. Qwee, what do you got?
Well, I'm going to switch over to a little college hoops, but we had Coach K. Speaking of big coaching day, right, for our game today. So I tried to figure out what I wanted to talk about, but Coach K went in. He just had his last game at home, and they lost to North Carolina.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Oh my God! Can it be worse?
No, and
can it be worse?
In his like they had him talk after the game too, and he apologized to all the fans.
Yeah.
He's like, "This was terrible. It was an awful night. I apologize to all you guys. That's not acceptable."
Dude, like you can't. If you play for Duke, man, you can't lose that game. You can't lose the game. I don't care what you have to do. You can't lose to North Carolina in Coach K's last game.
You're a Duke basketball fan too, right, Qwee?
Yeah, big time. And now I'm like, I just lost so much respect. I mean, truthfully, they probably have a pretty good shot at winning the national championship this year. I do. I do.
Watch out for UConn.
I think they're going to
one of those years, baby.
Play well. UConn is pretty solid too.
Except the way it's lining up, they're going to be a 5 seed to get knocked out by the 12.
I know. I hope we get a 3 to avoid the 1 for as long as possible, but I think we have to win the Big East tournament to get
I want to throw a question around. I was thinking about so I looked at a stat. So he has over 1,100 wins, which is wild.
A lot.
Yeah.
And his winning percentage is at like 78%. Where is he in the top 5 of coaches?
Where is he in the top 5? Who said he's in the top 5?
How is he not? Who can win 1,100 games?
I mean, obviously, with basketball, it's easier because you're playing more games.
He won 200 more games than Roy Williams.
Are you talking about college basketball or
no? Just in general.
In general.
Coach K is an immediate top 5. That's not even a discussion.
I'll have a discussion. I mean, you look at Saban.
What are we basing off of?
Saban, Belichick, from the football side. You want to talk about that many wins, and if that's all we're basing it off. Gino Auriemma has double the championships that Coach K's got. So we can put him 3.
I think Pete Rose has got to be one of my favorites.
One of your favorite coaches.
Pistol Pete Rose firing away. I'm sure he bet on the game.
He liked
he
it.
probably
That's
bet
right.
Duke.
That's like I think we say it all the time when we're betting on games. Coaches, just look at the line. If
Seriously.
it's close, help us out. It's unbelievable.
I mean, if someone's gonna go out on the line to bet that you're gonna cover, like at least just take a look and be like, you know what?
Right.
For the guys that took us, here you go.
Good teams win, great teams cover.
That's right.
But yeah, so I guess I could put him 4. I mean, I want to put him above Jim Calhoun. So we can put him 5.
I guess he'll just slide into the 5th spot.
Yeah, we can put him 5 maybe. I'm trying to think. Phil Jackson won more championships too. We'll probably put Phil Jackson. Joe Torre. If we're talking baseball. He's solidly Coach K is solidly in the top 30.
Dude, 1,100 games though. That's like
solidified.
He's
that's
solid.
a crazy number.
1,100. It's a lot of games. How long has he been the coach there for? I think it's over 40 years. 30 something maybe.
I think
42.
I think he got there in 1980.
It's a lot of years.
Holy crap.
It's older than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But I will say though, they did have like a couple of like real poorly performing tournament teams that were supposed to be like the year with Jabari Parker.
Yeah.
Like I think they lost in the second round.
Year with Zion.
Yeah, like they've had a couple real like questionable years, but
my favorite Mike Krzyzewski moment isn't even a Mike Krzyzewski moment, but it was 99 when UConn won their first national championship. I was 9 years old at the time, and my mom came into my room, woke me up, and she's like, UConn is about to win the national championship. This will never happen again in your lifetime. So you have to come and watch this. And we won it 3 more times. We got 4 of them. So take that, Mom.
Hey, at Global Gym, we're better
than you. And we know it.
What do you got, Patty?
I got a good one. All right. So as we mentioned in episode 1, we're all high school football coaches. Okay. You two and Moose all coach at the same school.
Who?
We're going to call – people are going to start not believing that Moose is a real person.
I think he's a ghost right now.
But all 3 of you coach at the same school. We'll call you guys School B. Okay? I coach at a different school. That is, we'll call School A. Well, as it turns out, our schedules came out last week, and wouldn't you know that School A is playing School B in week 3? How are we feeling?
It kind of sucks, but at the
terrible.
same time, it's gonna be great just kicking your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's the upside of it, you know. But now, we can't.
I mean, what's crazy is what's crazy is we're not in the same conference.
Right.
We're not in the same playoff brackets. There's I think a 1 in 70 chance that we play each other. We're 2 hours away from each other. And then we see you guys on the schedule. So right. What episode is going to be worse, the week before or the week after?
Ooh. Probably the week after, because someone's going to be real salty. Going into it.
And it could be 3/4 of the podcast that's salty.
Right.
It depends on if Moose is on.
The podcast that's salty.
So where if we lose, we're just walking out on the podcast or say, here you go, bud.
Right. Solo mission now. Yeah, I mean, I think we've said it a couple times that it's cool, it's fun, but you know, we do so much work together in the summer that we can't do now, and
right.
You know, and that's I root for you guys.
Are
the
the
guys
kids
to win, and I don't want you to score more points than we do. I mean, I try to sell it to our kids. They don't really. know it yet, but I told him the other day, like, I can't lose to him. I refuse.
Right.
I can't live with it. I know you guys are in the same boat. I'm
curious, like, what those meetings look like.
I mean, it's going to be vicious that week.
So here's a question. Would you rather go 9-1 and lose to us or go 1-9?
Am I winning the state championship at the 9-1?
No.
But it's not like I'm not. It's just
you're
I'm
not guaranteed a state championship.
Okay.
Yes.
Damn.
Wow.
I'd rather go 9-1.
Yeah.
But I'm not just
I don't know.
What about you?
I think I'd rather just get that win.
Who do we got to talk to? Who do we got to talk to get you mic'd up that week?
Oh my God. We could
Because whatever you sent me
you
was
think we could
just
do a
on
pick
point.
podcast
I've been
or
mic'd
get
up
mic'd
before.
while we're
Dude, the
coaching?
video you
I
sent
don't want to be mic'd up
amazing.
in a game.
It was the best thing I've ever watched.
Yeah, it was a very pick route conversation we had there where a bunch of my kids asked me what would win in a fight, a bear or 3 wolves. Like,
Ooh,
wolves are a lot bigger than you think.
that's a moose question right there.
Well, I know. But wolves aren't, you think of wolves as like German shepherd size, but
No, they're
wolves are
freaking
huge.
massive.
And then I asked them what kind of bear, because that matters. Saving people's lives. If it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, good night. It's like polar bears are like the ones you don't want to mess with. So if
Where'd
you're
you
running a
get that
polar
from,
bear,
Dwight?
no, I just know these things. I'm just a wilderness guy, survival guy, whatever you want to call it. But it's important, Dank. It'll save your life, bud. All right. I want to hit us into a new segment that's completely unrelated to what we just talked about. The new segment is Tell Me About Your Team. So what number is your guys' slowest DB?
What number? Oh. Are you talking about my professional team or
No, I'm talking about your high school team.
Yeah.
What number is your slowest DB? Qwee, don't answer, play. It's a joke.
I thought you meant like our actual NFL team.
No, I'm talking about your high school team.
And I was going to.
Who would you say is your worst defensive player on the team you coach?
Really
How would
starting
you
it off
stop
with a-
2-back offense?
Starting it off with a bang.
I'll just kind of chip away at it. We'll figure
Welcome
it
Of
out.
course.
pregame.
I'm gonna
Who's
take
your
it
worst
week by
player?
week. Just break it down, Patty. Week by week. I'll just slip it in there too. I
That's
won't do
right.
Anything like
Well, I was saying with
dramatic,
Dank at the bar last night. He goes, I want to tell you this, but I can't.
I know there's so many conversations that we're going to have to just cut off.
We just
like,
can't have
mid-sentence.
now. It's just, and I think it's going to be like one time we're going to be super close. And then
Right.
just going to go over that edge and actually say something that
Yeah, I'm just gonna hand you a shot.
we all
and
know each
you're
other
gonna
what we
break
run
it down.
anyway. So
There's got to be one newspaper out here that's going to be willing to go to both practices and then sit us all in a room and
Yeah.
talk about the game beforehand.
yeah,
There's got to be one.
for sure. We can find it. We could get that done. We all live together basically.
Right.
I mean, Qwee, you're over our house every other weekend anyway. So
We could start our own paper company.
At a time
We'll cover-
when heat was optional.
We'll
by
cover-
the way,
Heat is still optional.
we'll come on the pick route. We're media guys now, Qwee.
I thought I left there with pneumonia.
I said we'll cover it on here. Why are you giving it to other media outlets, Qwee? We'll cover it here.
Well, yeah, I guess we can.
All right, ready to get into the game?
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
This one is nuts. Guys, this is a funny one. It's NFL Coaches Battle Royale. We're going to go division by division. Each of us have been assigned a coach from that division. I have also prepped Moose's. And if you guys have a funny one for his, just jump in and take it away. But that's how we have it broken down right now. We're going to tell you what they're wearing to the Battle Royale and what their weapon is going to be based on their personality, looks, and perceived intelligence, what they'd be wearing to the game. To the Battle Royale. We're going to choose a winner from each division to end up going into a final battle, and we're going to crown a champion, and maybe we can get a graphic to designed up of what the winning coach would look like in what we say. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start in the AFC East with Coach Bill Belichick. Dank, what's he wearing? What's his
Ooh.
weapon?
All right. So, do you remember in the movie, the first Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
You know, they like lose their powers and they become like ninjas.
Yeah.
So I got Bill Belichick wearing that type of like ninja. They're a little baggy,
Love
you know,
it.
but the sleeves are cut off, obviously.
Yep.
But he's wearing like a scorpion type like face covering, you know, blue and red.
Yep.
And I got him using Scorpion's whatever weapon those are. I think it's Kanani, something like that.
From Mortal Kombat.
So I just picture Bill Belichick as like a ninja because he's always, you know, surprise attacking people. Freaking 4th and 1 has his freaking offense out on the field. And then 15 seconds left on the play clock, he runs his punt team out and, you know, trying to catch you sleeping. You know?
That's a good one, man. I didn't think you'd go Power Ranger. I thought it was like going to be like a Star Wars like hood with a red lightsaber on, but that's a good
I thought
one.
he would have like some sort of like Magneto helmet on. Just ruining the brains of every coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
Turning them into fucking mush.
It's also a good one. All right. We'll go ahead to my coach, Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills. For some reason, and I can't really explain it, but the only thing that got into my head when thinking about Sean McDermott was in the movie Despicable Me, not Gru, but his like henchman, not one of the minions, but one of
the other
his
guy,
like the other guy
with the glasses.
And that's what like was all in my head when I was thinking of what Sean McDermott will wear. So I got Sean McDermott in a lab coat with black rubber gloves that go up to his elbows, blacked out goggles, and he's just gonna have a beaker full of acid as his weapon.
Nice.
And he's gonna throw up it. But you know, he's surgical. He can, you know, he does a good job. So that's just what I thought with Sean McDermott. Qwee, Mike McDaniel.
The gates with him right now.
Sorry, you dropped off the stream there for a second. So yeah, Mike McDaniel. What do you got?
Oof. All right. So first of all, I think he's like one of those guys. I think everyone needs to have something. I when we decided we were going to do this, I started like really looking into him like a little bit more.
Yep.
And his pressers are just
he's
off
wild.
the chart. Off the chart.
He's wild.
I was watching one with him, and he was talking. He was listening to John Lynch,
mm-hmm.
and the question was about him, and he was getting ready to leave the interview, and then he just like hung out there for a second, waited for him to finish, and then gave like an '86 Mets like championship celebration. Just started pumping the fist, you know, like he was like, yeah, and started yelling in the background, and John Lynch is pointing to him.
Right.
Like he's got like this frat boy humor to him. So coming into the fight, though, when you look at him, he's definitely wearing a Best Buy polo.
Of course.
That's 100% happening. In terms of a weapon, though, because he's a little bit of a frat boy for me, I think he's bringing an empty keg.
Nice.
Swinging that thing around. Yeah.
I love it.
Total wild card.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't really think. You had mentioned that as like we should all have one for him, and I really couldn't think of anything until you said frat boy. Now I see him in an upside down backwards visor.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that came to my head when he said,
you know, it's funny because like when you sit there and you listen to him on a presser, he's way different than you would think,
based off his looks. I mean, because that's like what he's being known for now is he's wild at his pressers.
Yeah, but like I wasn't expecting that at all.
No, I know.
I thought he was going to give us like some really lame conversation.
Right. All right. So I had Robert Saleh from the Jets, and this one took me probably 0.2 of a second to think of. He's Xerxes from 300.
Xerxes.
I was 100%. Absolutely.
With like the earrings in his cheek, he's got the thing going across his face. He's
Gold
Xerxes from
earring.
300. That one was obvious. So with that, I just gave him a spear and a shield to go with it. So
Dude,
who's winning the? Go
so
ahead.
perfect. No, it's just so perfect.
It's that's what he is. I think he is the actor that played Xerxes.
Right.
So who do we think? Who do we like out of the AFC East?
I mean, if that's the case, Xerxes freaking
I think Xerxes wins.
freaking
We got
God
two
King.
wins. All right, Robert Saleh going on.
Yeah, he's cruising for sure.
That was an easy one. All right, we're gonna go to the NFC East now, starting with me and head coach of the Washington Commanders, Ron Rivera. And with Coach Rivera here, all I thought about was the Riverboat Ron stuff.
Riverboat Ron.
Yep. So I put him as like a pit boss. So he's gonna have a black tie, black suit, black shirt with a gold name tag, and sunglasses. And I just thought, well, what was the most weapon a pit boss can really carry? But it's just a taser and a nightstick.
Yep.
Is what Ron Rivera is rocking.
Are we gonna do the Commanders as a pregame? Because I think that's like something we need to talk about.
Someone should probably bring up that name. I mean, I think eventually we'll get used to it, but it's pretty wild.
They should have just went with the Sentinels. I mean, they already have a movie made off of it.
They got the movie. They got logos made up. It would have been
Seriously.
great. I bought my brother a Falco jersey 2 years ago.
Really?
What's that? Falco from Ohio State?
Had to. Yeah.
That's great. Awesome. Qwee, you got Brian Dabble.
All right. So this is Patty. I'm going to make you really happy right now because
I liked him.
There's only one weapon he can really bring. It's a table.
Ooh.
You know that.
Love it.
And I look at him and I see the definition of Bill's Mafia. He's coming in red and blue body paint, no shirt, ripped jeans, cut at the knees, frigid temperatures.
He can't go Zubaz anymore because he's not with us anymore. But he can go with the ripped jeans.
Which is funny too, because he's worked for the coaches that are buttoned up the most. Right? But as soon as he went there, I was like, no, well, that's done. So he's showing up in full red and blue body paint, head to toe, cut off jean shorts with a table.
Love it.
And everyone's going through it.
Love it. Love it. Tables, ladders, and chairs match.
No TLC.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Probably won't be our last wrestling reference we have on this.
Nope.
All right. I had Nick Sirianni. I thought Nick Sirianni, he seems okay, but he just seems like $1 short of everything. I think he believes some of the BS that he slings. So I put him in just straight up riot gear, but he has a tack light flashlight. You guys ever see those infomercials where the guy just flashes the flashlight in the eyes of a burglar and the burglar's instantly out? And the guy's face is so serious. He's carrying got a tack light.
He's carrying the wooden gun from the other guys.
Yes.
This is a wooden gun.
Yes. Yeah. So it's just he's just a little off. He doesn't completely understand what's going to be happening here. Dank, you got Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy. So my first thought of Mike McCarthy brought to me a Friar Tuck type character where he's just going to be in the corner freaking holding a cross praying to keep his job, But then I thought about it a little bit. I gave him traditionals knight's armor.
Okay.
And he's coming in with a double-sided battle axe, just freaking swinging that thing around.
All right.
Going for heads.
I thought when I thought of Mike McCarthy, I don't know if it's just Cowboys fans that made me think this, but right away that popped in my head was the episode of The Office where they play basketball and what Michael Scott is wearing. I just saw him wearing navy and one shorts with the same material out of the cutoff and white socks up in white Air Jordans that he's wearing. For some reason, I just thought that's what Mike McCarthy would show up to this.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so I think Senzo, I like Brian Dabble for the winner of the NFC East.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going with.
I think, yeah.
All right.
I'm good with that.
Brian Dabble advances. Going to the AFC North. This one I'm excited about, Qwee. What do you have for John Harbaugh?
All right, so for John, it actually took me a little while to figure this out. I'm sitting around. Now, my family is from Long Island. And I look at him and I'm like, dude, he looks like the uncle at the block party that's wearing the FDNY t-shirt tucked into his shorts to a T. Tell me I'm wrong. He looks exactly like one of those people wearing like an NYPD shirt or like a FDNY t-shirt tucked in with the nice brown belt on, like some old khaki shorts.
Yep.
And then, the Ravens, though, are pretty, like, tough in general. So I actually have him carrying an axe into the fight.
Love it. Good one. All right, I had Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor, I have in a white T-shirt and white boxer briefs because he is. Let me explain it. He is the creative player preset. He's just like when you turn in to like anytime you create a character in a video game, like the first guy you see is Zach Taylor.
He's
just a generic
face
white
one,
guy. Face one,
body type
head one, body type one, skin color light. Like that's just what Zach Taylor is. And so that was stuck in my head. I'm like, all right, so if this was a video game and I created Zach Taylor and he was just in that, like the first weapon would just be like a baseball bat. So he has a baseball bat and his white T-shirt and white briefs. And you have to create it, but you're just not gonna.
All right.
Next one, Kevin Stefanski, Dank. Yeah, boy.
So Stefanski, I think, has got a decently strong beard game. You know,
it can be.
He's got his ups and downs. So that gave me the original thought of like a Spartan look, but not like the physique. You know, in Yes Man, when the guy his boss has like the parties. The movie themed parties. So he's just wearing the puffed up chest thing. And then when he cries, his whole freaking facial hair just washes it away. Because he's so sad his quarterback's not panning out.
Give Baker a shot.
But so I'd give him a Spartan look, and just with that, I gave him the spear.
Nice. All right, and then I finish it up with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin gave me a full-on like Mad Max Fury Road like vibe coming from him. So I got him in a brown leather vest with spiked hair, and he's just got a rusty crowbar that he just found like on the side of the street that he is going after. So I just see him being like real post-apocalyptic in the stuff and just taking off heads.
I like that.
The one that made me laugh the most, though, was your John Harbaugh one.
Dude, actually, I was thinking about Tomlin, too. And he gives me, like, I can't remember the name of the movie. What's the Denzel movie where he sits in the diner? No. When he sits in the diner.
Oh, the Equalizer.
Oh, yeah. That's the Tomlin vibe I get. Yeah, that's the Tomlin vibe I get.
Right.
Just straight up dope moxie all the time and just handles it.
I kind of like the Tomlin pick.
He's all right, we can go with Tomlin. I think he's definitely the most confident going into it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whether he should be or not.
They're all shitting their pants.
All right, we're going to the NFC North. And I have Dank's boy, Dan Campbell.
Nice.
And I had two for Dan Campbell. And I just couldn't decide which one I like better. So the first one is just straight up like UFC fighter, where he comes in with like the official UFC shorts, the UFC gloves, and a mouthpiece. Or the other one was to dress up like Raya from Street Fighter. So that karate gi with the sleeves cut off, and then he's got like a red bandana around his head. I mean, his weapon is just these hands. If we're just going with a straight up fight, like Dan Campbell's number one. So I think he's just going to come in with his fists.
Okay. I
You know
like
what I'm
that.
saying? All
What's
right,
funny about Dan Campbell though is like, Danko, the Lions might win this.
Well, he's gonna be
I
biting
mean,
kneecaps
yeah.
the whole time. So
Yeah. Maybe his weapon should be a glass of
That
milk.
was when we first decided that we were gonna do this. I was like, man, Danko might actually win.
Dank, yeah. Lions on a hot streak, man. Dank, you got Matt Eberflus.
ooh,
Good luck.
Eberflus was tough.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he just doesn't look like anything. He's
I know.
like just like
He's just
he
a
goes
guy.
to Average Joe's gym. So I guess that's kind of where I got. He's kind of like a skinny dude. He
You love dodgeball so
I love
much.
dodgeball. But
We're gonna draft an Average Joe's team.
Vince Vaughn's character. So he kind of looks so I got him dressed in the freaking yellow
Okay.
a jersey shirt, and he's bringing a dodgeball as his weapon. You know? He's gonna blindfold himself going into this year, and it's a bold strategy, Kyle. Let's see if it works out for him.
Pete Carroll's gonna be dressed like Pirate Steve from dodgeball.
Who's Steve the Pirate?
Dank has seen like 4 movies in his life, and one of them being dodgeball.
I like dodgeball a lot.
Next one I got is Matt LaFleur. I just have him as
Peter
he's-
LaFleur. That's
he's
right.
He danks up to 3 dodgeball references now. He was another kind of tough one, but then I really saw him as dressed up as Neo from the Matrix.
Yep.
So just like a long black trench coat with sunglasses on, and he's not gonna mess around in this. He's just gonna bring a straight up crossbow.
Okay.
See, I went totally opposite on this.
Really?
Yeah. When I look at him, I think of Channing Tatum in 21 Jump Street, where he's
He's
probably
not that
wearing
big.
no, but he shows up wearing like a Hollister t-shirt. He's one
Okay.
strapping, you know, and then like bringing his high school football helmet as like a weapon. I don't like when you look at him.
I
Like,
didn't
he's
get
so
that
clean
vibe
cut
from him
and
at
like
all. Right.
he's just so clean cut, and he looks like he's 18 years old.
You're right.
So I like immediately went to that movie. I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense probably, but I don't know. I see a Hollister t-shirt, one strapping
Right.
with his high school helmet.
Love it. We gotta see what high school he's from. That makes a big difference.
Fact check.
Qwee, you got Kevin O'Connell. Another tough one.
Yeah, no one cares about Kevin O'Connell already. He couldn't have picked a worse team to go
Who?
to. Yeah.
Coach of the Vikings.
Yeah.
This one was
You'll never beat Kevin O'Connell, Dank.
No,
Nah, the Lions won't. Just because you laughed at him there, he's gonna hear this.
probably.
so
I mean, who the hell are we gonna beat this year?
Kevin O'Connell. I thought about a couple things. One, like where he came from, because I don't know, nobody knows shit about Kevin O'Connell. So I had to like research a little bit. What I came up with was he's wearing a Robin costume. 'Cause
Okay.
he wants to be Sean as bad as possible. But he's also not cool looking. He's not really bringing much of that avenue to the table. So
Right.
I have him bringing one of those toy ninja swords that you get at the fair
Yep.
as a kid. That's what he shows up with.
Nice.
Failing on both accounts.
Nice. NFC North, I think it's Dan Campbell.
Yeah. I mean,
100%.
Even just with his hands, I mean, he'll break LaFleur's crossbow and a plastic sword.
Although
No.
Channing
O'Connell.
Tatum,
dodgeball
Channing
to the
Tatum
face.
was
Channing
good
Tatum
with
might
his
give him a
hands.
run for his money.
Yep. When he one straps, he's good with his hands.
That's right. That's right. All right, we'll move right along to the AFC South. Dank, you got Lovie Smith.
Ooh. So Lovey, with his beard, it's like interesting. His beard is like his feature now.
Right.
It's kind of nuts. But I had 2 ideas going. I'm thinking I'm going with, he's wearing straight up chainmail. from head to toe, and he just doesn't give a shit. And
Wearing
it's
chainmail?
yeah.
Oh, chain mail, like what you
Yes.
get in the mail.
No, freaking, the whole suit of armor of the chain mail.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's it? Like,
Yeah, he's just posting freaking letters on his
just
freaking
dressed up
body.
in like Walmart coupons. Where's that come from?
Yeah, he's
All
got
right,
a
yep,
bunch of
gotcha.
things
So he's wearing
covering his
that,
car
just
warranty.
covered in that, and he's rocking a flail. Freaking 3 of them hanging with spike balls attached to the chain, just freaking whipping it around, just beating the shit out of people.
Love it. All right, I had Doug Peterson, and I just like he's a big dude.
This is gonna
He's
be
got
awesome.
he's got like this just big no other way to put it. He's got like a big dumb face. But he's a big dude. I think he's got a big chest and all that stuff. So I put him in an Andre the Giant singlet and gave him a steel chair as his weapon. So he's just
Andre
full
the
on
Giant
like
singlet.
Andre the Giant, the black singlet that goes across his chest, and that's what he's got. Qwee, you got Frank Reich.
Oh man, this was like my hardest
Good
choice
stuff.
because Frank Reich, he's so like tailored. He's just so buttoned up. He's super sharp. And then I thought about it, and I actually had to dig into my own life a little bit to try and find what kind of person is this dude. So he's the kind of guy, in my opinion, that like teaches their kid how to hunt when they're like 6 years old.
I can see that.
So I have him wearing full camo with the full-on black rain boots up to his knees, and then bringing a some sort of rifle from like 1985, but with a scope on it. I don't. There's some, like he just screams like
Yeah.
avid hunter,
Right.
or
It's
like,
like yeah.
there's something.
Right. It's like he's thinking very logical about this.
Everything he does is strategical,
Right.
and it's factored
the
into every
Jaguars.
second of his day.
Right. I'm with it. I had maybe the only guy that could give Dan Campbell a run for his money is Mike Vrabel. I got Vrabel in a sleeveless crop top. So think just straight up 90s football player.
Yeah.
And his weapon is going to be a curl bar with 95 pounds on it.
Okay.
Specifically 95 pounds because it's enough like weight for it to be like somewhat heavy when you hit over someone in the head with it. But he can also swing that thing around a little bit.
That might be the most accurate description of Mike Vrabel.
He's an Ohio State guy. I know him. It's my guy. But I just thought, he played into the 2000s, but he's a 90s guy. I just see him in the cutoff and crop top. All right. Who do we like out of that division? Lovie Smith, Doug Peterson, Frank Reich, or Mike Vrabel?
I like Vrabel.
Gotta be Vrabel, right?
Yeah. I'd go with Vrabel.
All right. Okay. Moving right along to the NFC South. NFC South. Okay. This one, we got to get into it a little bit. So I had Dennis Allen.
Oh, boy. Another Raider finest.
I couldn't, he's another one that just kind of looks like a guy. Like, he's tall and kind of skinny, but he's just kind of a guy.
Yeah,
so
he's shopping in the same section as Mike McDaniel.
Right, exactly.
They're looking at the same clothing.
Exactly. But then, so I Googled him. I Google imaged him. I was just looking for something as inspiration. And I found this one picture that wasn't him. Okay. So this guy was wearing a black t-shirt with a gold chain and holding up a chainsaw. So Dennis Allen, not this Dennis Allen, another Dennis Allen, was an Australian drug dealer, also known as Mr. Death. Because if you didn't pay him, he kidnapped you and chopped you up with a chainsaw. So if you Google image Dennis Allen, you have to scroll past it a little bit, but you see a guy just holding a chainsaw, wearing a black t-shirt and gold chain. I'm like, all right, I'm in. There you go, Dennis, with his namesake. Maybe it was him. I didn't look too far into it, but maybe it is that Dennis Allen. Qwee, you got Arthur Smith.
So Arthur Smith was another kind of tough guy for me. I just didn't know enough about him. He's pretty quiet. Not a big hoorah kind of person. But when you look at him, to me, he gives me an immediate Uncle Buck vibe.
Nice.
He looks like a skinny version of John Candy.
Nice.
So I picture him wearing a nice pea coat with a top hat on, but wearing like brass knuckles because he was a Vrabel guy. So you know he's probably tough as nails.
Right.
So he needed a little bit of that in there. So I that's what I got him as.
Right. Yeah, I actually had him like a biker kind of vibe, like just a leather vest. And I think
that crossed
I did the
my
same
mind
thing,
too, actually.
which is like brass knuckles, but I gave brass knuckles to someone else. I got Matt Rule. And I think Matt Rule is just going to show up wearing ripped purple pants because I think he thinks he's built like the Hulk. So he's going to dress up as the Hulk during the fight.
He does walk around like that.
Yeah, like
that's kind of
like he gives me the vibe of like when like having been one, just a little fat kid who like when his friends are playing superheroes, he's going to be the Hulk because he's the biggest.
right.
So I just thought he's going to end up being the Hulk. I know. Hey, Matt, I've been there, bud. Just let it go. So then I thought about that too. Was like, all right, he thinks he's tough and he wants to show off. So I gave him the brass knuckles because it's like, I'm just going to beat you with my bare hands, but I'm also kind of cheating with these brass knuckles on it.
Yeah.
So that's where I went with Matt Rule. Dank, you got Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
This has got to be fun.
I believe Bruce is the oldest guy in the league, right?
He might be.
No, get him a walker.
I'm going to check it right now. I got to know.
He's still got some life in him.
He's been moving around slow on those sides. I mean, sometimes he can't even get out of the way.
Yeah, it was rough towards the end of this year.
And he's got that fanny pack thing now. Like, what is that?
He's strapped up.
So that's what I wanted to give him. I wanted to give him freaking jeans shorts, the freaking New Balance, freaking white dad shoes with
the Air Monarchs.
Socks, freaking.
Bruce is 69.
In the retirement home, you know? And, but then he drops all that stuff and he puts the war paint on and he's a Viking freaking with the freaking Warhammer double-sided. So that's what I have for Bruce.
Love it. All right. Tough division. Dennis Allen, Arthur Smith, Matt Rule, Bruce Arians. Who's going on?
I mean, the real Dennis Allen sounds awesome.
Dennis Allen, yeah.
The other Dennis Allen. He's a bad guy, Qwee.
He's sounded like
chewing him up. He's chewing everyone up.
Sounded like a problem.
I mean, we could put Dennis Allen if you guys are cool with that.
We need a little wild card action.
That's right.
Talk about MACtion, baby. Here we go. Dennis
Allen.
We're fighting on a Tuesday, baby. Let's go.
Australian Dennis Allen. Guess what? You're coaching the Saints. All right. AFC West. Qwee, ya boy, Andy Reid.
Qwee's boy.
Yeah, you gave me a layup on this one, huh?
He's jumping in the water, freaking.
This is just
coming out as the walrus.
Yeah, I got him because I had UAB, Old Dominion, Middle Tennessee State, and all these other nonsense schools from last week. They were like, "Oh, let me give him a good one."
There you go.
All right. So visually, when I first look at him, I say he's showing up in a Krispy Kreme costume. Whatever the employees at Krispy Kreme wear, I hope all of them are listening. That's what Andy Reid wears.
No free
ads. But wild card in the equation here, wins a shitload of games, lethal.
Yep.
Guess what the weapon is? And this is from my wife. She goes, I sent her a picture. I said, "What does he bring into a fight?" She goes, "Oh, not even a question, meat cleaver."
Yes.
I pissed my pants.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? That's perfect because he
100%.
kills everybody.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yep.
looks like shit, but he
Yep.
kills everyone. I'm like, he's bringing a meat cleaver.
That's funny because what I did with him was just a straight up butcher, where he's just got like,
dude.
he's just
He
got
looks like
no shirt on, but he's got like just white overalls covered in just meat juices.
absolutely.
Bringing I think I had him with a big turkey leg, which he was gonna bash people over the head with. But
he looks like he owns the local butcher shop for sure.
right.
That's super accurate.
Right.
Love it.
All right. I had Brandon Staley, and I originally had this one for John Harbaugh, and then I didn't get him. But then it made me laugh even harder with Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley is going to be wearing a Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Halloween costume. Leonardo specifically, and not just anyone. It's not one with a mask on. It's just one of the ones that come with the blue bandana that goes around his eyes. He's not Raphael. He's not Michelangelo. He's not Donatello. He is Leonardo. If you Google it, you'll see the exact picture that I'm saying. If you just type in Leonardo Halloween costume, it'll pop up. And it made me cry laughing, picturing Brandon Staley coming to a Battle Royale wearing Leonardo Halloween costume. And he's just going to bring the plastic swords that it comes with. Dank, Nathaniel Hackett. Tough one.
Nathaniel Hackett. So he kind of looks like a crazy, like he looks like a psycho kind of. With his bald head and everything. Like,
yeah.
So I don't even have him like, he's blending in with his surroundings. He's like hiding in bushes, like just jumping out at people, and played off his name. I gave him a hatchet.
Nice.
So he's Nathaniel Hatchet.
Nice.
So he's like jumping out of bushes and just going psychopath on people like Mel Gibson did in The Patriot when he's like running around the woods and freaking just starts chopping dudes up.
Love it. All right. Moose had Josh McDaniels. And I don't know if you want to take this, Qwee, of what you thought your boy had. I thought of two for him. One of them was going to be an ironic Tim Tebow Florida jersey, just because he thought it'd be kind of funny. Like, because I feel like he thinks he has the sense of humor as Lane Kiffin, but his jokes just kind of fall short or they won't get it. But I ended up putting him in Wizards robes. In a wizard robe with the cliche ones that like Mickey Mouse wears with the moon and stars and shit on it, and he's holding a wizard staff. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it made me laugh. I have no reason for it, but it popped in my head. I'm like, Josh McDaniels, you can wear that.
No, he that's actually like pretty good because in my opinion, like he's super vanilla.
Right.
His sense of humor is not good.
Right, yeah. But I think he thinks he's funny.
No, oh yeah, he thinks he's awesome. So like when it comes to that, like he's not funny.
Right.
His appearance is really like cookie cutter. There's nothing really glowing there. But the fact that he was working in New England for that long, I like the wizard piece there.
Right. Yeah.
I think you hit the nail right on the head.
All right. I think I gotta take Andy Reid. Winner of the division. Andy Reid. Can I get a yes? Something?
I mean, the meat cleaver is pretty good.
There, right? Go with
I
that.
Like Andy Reid. I'm good with that.
We'll go Andy Reid. All right, last division, NFC West. I had Pete Carroll. So I have Pete Carroll in an undone straitjacket. Not because I think Pete Carroll is crazy, but like I can also just really see him in a straitjacket. Like I can see him going crazy. He is like, honestly, he's on the Mount Rushmore of coaches from our generation, especially in college.
True.
You're thinking Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, Urban Meyer, and
Coach K.
Coach K.
Yeah, no.
My mom always says that a good story always reverts back to the beginning. There you go. But yeah, and he's holding a syringe full of an unknown green substance. We don't know what's in it, but it's green.
Nice.
That's what I got for Pete Carroll. Dank, you got Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan. I got him dressed up, Billy the Kid style, freaking cowboy, but they're not good at throwing the ball, so he's not a very good shooter. So I got him in the in the bar scenes, you know, and he's breaking chairs over people's backs. So he's a cowboy, but not good. Doesn't have guns.
But not
He's
a good
using-
one.
Yeah, not a good one. He likes to get in the brawls. They run the ball pretty well, you know.
Right.
So I got him using like the chairs at the poker table, you know.
Love it. All right, I had Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury was pretty easy too. He's wearing knight's armor. No way in hell he's gonna try to hide his face. So he has no helmet and he has his hair done. And his armor also has his abs exposed. Because he's trying to show that off too. And you know, just to go with the knight's armor stuff, he has a sword. Qwee, Sean McVay.
This was my favorite one
As soon as I saw you got it, I got excited.
because we were talking a little bit before.
This is the
We
one that really
decided-
kicked off this game.
Yeah, because so a little quick story. We were, bullshitting here and there, and I was like, listen, this would be really funny to do. I was like, I already got this one done. And it's actually heavy influence from our past a little bit. But when I look at him, his hair is never not done. So he looks like he's going to the nightclub, ready to go.
Right.
So I was like, all right, if he's going to a fight, like that's not going to change. He's wearing designer jeans, sweet kicks, the best pair that he can find, never worn, nice Gucci belt, no shirt because he's got to set the tone a little
Because
bit.
it's still a fight.
Yep, because he's got to set the tone a little bit. Hair's done, but he just came from the nightclub, so he's got a broken bottle of Magnum Goose smashed in half, ready to just dice him up.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I'm going to give him the win.
I like it.
All right. Sean McVay.
Moving
advancing.
on.
All right. So now we have our final 8. Okay. Just all in the battle. What we got is Robert Saleh, who is Xerxes from 300. Brian Dabble dressed up like Bill's Mafia. Mike Tomlin, think Mad Max. Dan Campbell. I like the Raya stuff from Street Fighter. Mike Vrabel in a shirtless crop top. Dennis Allen with a black t-shirt, gold chain, and a chainsaw. Mr. Death, Dennis Allen. Andy Reid with a meat cleaver. And Sean McVay in designer jeans with a broken bottle of Grey Goose. Who is, and I think we should each give an actual vote here. Who is your champion?
I mean,
Wow.
it's tough for me not to go with Dennis Allen. It's so hard not to go.
He's
there.
Mr. Death.
The gold chain, freaking chainsaw.
Yeah, he's Mr. Death. All right.
I think that's my vote.
Okay. I gotta go with Dan Campbell.
Wow. This is like super tough because if you're a football guy, there's no way Dan Campbell's losing a fight to anybody.
Right.
But like Sean McVay with a bottle of Magnum Grey Goose, I don't know, man.
If you want to take that could be yours, Qwee.
I think I'm gonna roll with Shawnee.
All right. So we'll put up another Twitter poll.
Yeah.
Of who they liked best out of this. Again, listen to the episode. You're gonna have to listen to the episode to understand what we're talking about. But maybe I'll be able to word it in a way where they can kind of get it. I am 1-0 in polls on Twitter, so I'll take a bow. I did win last week.
Who lost?
Well, the math says that you guys tied. Twitter says that Dank lost.
All right.
I guess
But
we're gonna have to do a
math
little.
doesn't
Messed
add up.
We're gonna have to do a little fight to the death here.
But no one liked to retweet it anyway, so it's not like we have to send
Right.
$5 to anybody anyways. But ready to take a knee?
Yeah,
Let's
bring it
do
up,
it.
man.
All right, bring it up. Take a knee. Thank you to our good friend Savino for the use of our theme song, Time is Money. You can find him on Instagram at Savino_music. He's releasing a new single, Lilac Soul, on March 25th on all major platforms. Look up Savino. That is Savino. Savino on all major platforms. Thank you to Sarah Wyant for the creation of our logo. Thank you to our producer, Brian Miller. You can follow us on social media across all channels. It's at The Pick Route, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can find us at The Pick Route. Email us game ideas if you have any. You could email us at thepicroute@gmail.com. New episodes are going to be released every Tuesday on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and wherever you find podcasts. And until next week, remember, it could be worse. You could be playing for us.
Get it back, wasting all your good years living in the past. We only got this one life, get it on track. Money on my mind, all I think about is cash. I tell her swallow deep, cause I like it like that. I got that magic break a backbone, dunk it like Shaq. Paul strapped up bombs like Iraq. Fuck your feelings, show me facts. If we ain't talking stacks, I don't got time for that. Pick and choose who they love. People pick and choose who they throw shade at. That's why I do what